What's going on, everyone? In today's video, we're going to talk about how you can grow on Instagram from $0 to $10,000 per month, and it's going to be a step-by-step plan so that you can start implementing it today. So I'm really excited about this topic and to teach you guys Instagram for your online business, because in this video right here, I talked about how to grow organically from 0 to 10K followers on Instagram, and you guys requested a part 2, which was going to go over my monetization strategy for Instagram, which you guys could implement today for your online business. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say like, oh, you guys need to build a niche page about woodworking or travel or luxury and copy and, you know, paste other people's photos. Like, that is not only garbage, but that's against the terms of service for Instagram. And I'm not going to tell you either to go grab any old product from ClickBank and take the affiliate link and stick it into the bio. No, that is not a sustainable business model, and we are here building real online businesses. So here's the best part about all of this is that, you know, I'm teaching this to you guys and I am implementing these strategies this year so we can do this together. So why don't you guys go ahead and follow me on Instagram so you can see me implement the exact steps I'm going to talk to you about in this video, because I've made a lot of money from YouTube, but I thought, you know what, it's really important that I start monetizing my Instagram. So let's go. Okay, so the first step to all of this is implementing a link tree. Now, a link tree is basically an online tool. I think it's free, pretty sure it's free. If it's not, don't kill me. But you can implement a link tree link into the bio in your Instagram, which means it gives you the flexibility to not only share more than one link, but it's also so that your audience could get to know you better. So again, in this video, I'm only going over monetization strategies. I'm not going to talk about growth because I talked about it in this other video. But the reason why link tree is so important is because Instagram isn't like Google or YouTube, where people are actively searching in the search engine for how to solve a problem. You know, it's a different mindset when people are on Instagram versus when they are on a YouTube or a Google. Because when people are on Instagram, it's more about scrolling, you know, taking a break from their day, seeing what other people are doing throughout their day. It's about really getting social. So once they come across your profile, when you have an epic bio of what it is your business does, and they're like, oh yeah, you know what, I could use Sarah's services, they want to know more about you. And the thing about Instagram is it's very limiting. And yes, they can see your content, but if you have in the bio a link tree that has a link to your website, your blog post, maybe your other social media platforms, and of course your lead magnet, and we'll talk about that in depth later on in this video, but they need to really start warming up to you, getting to know you, establishing that trust, so that once they explore more about you and your brand, it's much more easier for them to opt into your freebie and for them to trust you, to give you that follow, and to start engaging with your content. Because I think people in the online space think that Instagram is just, let me create a niche page and throw a link in there and people are gonna land and first thing they're gonna buy whatever in the link. No, definitely not. It could not be more opposite. People, first off, aren't even interested in buying most of the time when they're on Instagram, as I mentioned, let alone, you know, pulling out their credit card and clicking on the link and buying whatever it is. Like, the chances of that are very little, so that is why you have to welcome your audience. And with the link tree, it definitely helps determine those people who are just lurking on your Instagram profile and will never do anything, versus those who are serious and want to take the relationship a step further. All right, so step 2 in this whole process is your Instagram content. We want to make your Instagram content very shareable, very engaging, and as I mentioned in my other organic growth video about Instagram, the whole goal is to get organic growth on your Instagram and to have people sharing your content, leaving real comments in the comments, not just a bunch of, you know, emojis and like weird things. And so the reason why we want people to engage is because that means that your content is working. You are talking about content that is helping solve people's problems and that is giving them tips on tricks on how to go about doing something that without your help help, they would not be able to do. So my plan for monetization this year is to create content that is more shareable. And what do I mean by that? So I made this quote card not too long ago. I haven't posted on Instagram in a while, but this is the direction that I'm going to start going in, is creating more content with quotes on it. And I will be testing between quote cards that have my image on it and quote cards that have just the quote and not my face. I've noticed that people feel more comfortable sharing content that doesn't have a face associated with it. And so it's a lot easier for somebody to land on a quote card and be like, oh, well, let me share this to my Instagram story. And speaking of Instagram stories, if you guys are getting value from this video, go ahead and tag me on Instagram and share it in your Instagram story, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out on my Instagram story. So besides creating more shareable and engaging content, the next thing I wanted to highlight for you is you got to use IGTV. I did not realize how important IGTV was until I made my very first one, and it went very, very, very well. It got 21 shares. It got like 17 saves, I think. It was an IGTV I created about Kobe Bryant. It was a tribute to him and how he taught us millionaire habits, and people loved it. And the thing with IGTV, which is amazing, is the Instagram algorithm loves it because it is long form content, and guess what? It keeps people on the platform for longer. And so on that IGTV, it got 1,800 views, which compared to one of my photos, any of my photos, is almost double the amount of views or likes or whatever you want to call it, because on average, my photos average about 1,000 likes. And the cool thing about it was that people were clicking on the link in the description. So IGTV is the only native component of Instagram where you're able to add a link in the description, and people can go and actively click on the link and go to a lead magnet, a YouTube video, wherever you want to redirect them. Just say, hey, click the link in the description above to check out my whatever website. So definitely strategize on your content strategy, how to make it more shareable, more engaging, and your Instagram TV strategies. Okay, so step number 3 to growing your Instagram to 10K months is a value ladder. Now, if you've never heard of a value ladder, do not worry. I'm going to break down the definition of a value ladder, and this is a proven component of your business model that is going to help you get to 10K months and way beyond 10K months, even 6-figure months if you want to. So basically, what is a value ladder? So if you imagine a graph, just take a regular, y-axis and x-axis, and on the y-axis, if you have value, on the x-axis, you're going to have price. So the idea is, if you're starting from 0, 0, or the x and y coordinate of 0, the higher you go on value, the more the price is going to increase. So the more value you give, the higher you can charge for your product or service. And so this is key with Instagram, because in the beginning, when someone lands on your page, they're just getting into your sphere of influence, and they're like, whoa, what are they about? And so when people engage with your shareable and your Instagram TV content and they get pumped, they're like, I want to know more about so-and-so. So the way the value ladder then starts is they opt into something called your freebie or your lead magnet, because it is a very low barrier of entry, because it's free, obviously. And so once people trust you for them to give you their name and their email, that is when the value ladder begins. So the idea is, and this is going to take a lot of time because even I don't have my value ladder built out yet, and I'm definitely working on it, but the idea is you have a free product, then you would have a low tier product, then you would have a middle tier / high ticket product, and then after that you would have a super high ticket product. The ladder can keep going however long you want. So let's go through what I mean for each of these step by step. So what I mean by free is obviously something that you give away for free. I mean, everybody has to have some type of lead magnet. That could be in the form of a free course, an ebook, a PDF, a free webinar, a free audio file, a free video file. I've noticed from the lead magnets that I've created that free mini courses go crazy. People love them. They don't even have to be that long. It was like a 5-video course that I created for people. It was super valuable and people loved it. And so they trusted me with that lead magnet I gave them. And so moving up the value ladder to a low ticket ticket product, we're talking about something that costs less than $100. It could be in the form of anything I just mentioned. And also what works well is something like a membership site where you charge, you know, 30 bucks a month for people to be members of your membership site. And so moving up the ladder again, a higher ticket product is something that costs between $500 and $1,000 is the sweet spot for a higher ticket product. And it could even go up to $2,000 in some cases. And so it could be a course/coaching or group coaching. That is more of where you are involved in that model. It's not just like, you know, go through this PDF and read it. That's not going to be worth $1,000. And when you get to the super high ticket products, that is where it gets spicy. And I don't have one of those yet. I hope to have those, you know, maybe in the next year or two, but that looks like something where you put on an event, mastermind on a tropical island, maybe you put on a conference, and it costs anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000. I was watching a video that Russell Brunson did, the owner, CEO, founder of ClickFunnels, and he literally charges people $1 million for him and his team to handmade, customize, and build people a funnel. He was serious. I thought he was joking, and I was like, oh my God, $1 million. But these people go all the way up the value ladder with Russell Brunson. And so imagine if you had in your value ladder a freebie and then a low ticket item, maybe it's, you know, between $9 and $19. But within that low ticket offer, you said, hey, do you want to have one-on-one coaching with me? So maybe if you have, you know, 10 clients and you're charging them, I don't know, $700, $800 a month for one-on-one coaching, and you could raise your prices as you go, that is like, you know, $7,000, $8,000 a month. So you're working up to that 10K mark and looking to expand. And so remember, as you're building out your online business and growing on Instagram and other social media platforms, just remember, if you take anything away, that you will have buyers that will buy everything from you. They will buy from the low ticket all the way up to your most expensive product or service on the value ladder. So keep that in mind. So I know you're loving this video because you are still here. You must check out this video, which is coming up next, which is my original Instagram video about how to grow from 0 to 10K followers on Instagram this year in 2020. And that video starts right now. You want to buy some followers? We have 50% off. I'm like, what the you, dude? Instagram algorithm was like, you're blocked from commenting.